Alright folks, but you guys idiot, we are back playing the Talent Agent. Blacklist Conspiracy Case 11. Let's decide to tell them about Fiona. The FBI I think is eventually going to know, but... Nice. So Marcus is the Talent Agent. Interesting, of course, he didn't operate this network alone. If you know of any other associates, Mr. Reddington's network can deliver the appropriate response. It's usually not just like a nice no. Interesting. So Fiona Winters was willingly aiding the Talent Agent. Some associates digging more into Mr. Tucker's operation to see if she can just finally come clean about her involvement, or if she's hiding more from us. Agreed. We've got agents swarming all over every property that Marcus Tucker owns. If he's really the Talent Agent, we need to find him fast before he moves the 11 other victims. The only place we haven't searched yet is the winery we found on his business card. It's registered to a shell corporation, but he could be the true owner. Since we shut down the factory location, the winery could be the perfect site to use as a way to station for human trafficking. Agent, get over there and check it out. That is the plan. The workbench scene. Okay, gotcha. Local police have secured the area. There's no sign of the missing teens, but it's likely they were held here until our investigation uncovered this location, then transported to another site. Agent, see if you can find anything that will help us locate Tucker or the missing teens. Alright, I'll do my best. Nice. Well, it's months away from harvest time. Why is this bushel basket out here? We better take a closer look at it. The buttons on this phone aren't working. Let's try to repair it so we can see who it belongs to. Good work finding the fingerprint on this gun. If it traces back to Tucker, that would confirm he's been here. Agent, I talked to several of my best money launderers. It seems that Miss Winters was hiding a lot of money in the Cayman Islands each month. It seems that Mr. Tucker paid her over $1 million in the past year. Not bad for a woman who didn't finish high school. I've had a contact freeze her account. She won't be fleeing the country or helping the Talent Agent anytime soon. Nice. $1 million. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Shoot, I would have a hard time even knowing what to do with $1 million. I'd like to be given that opportunity, though. Well, good work repairing the phone, Agent. Now that we've got it working, let's see if we can find something on it that will tell us who it belongs to. Makes sense. Well, this phone definitely belonged to Marcus Tucker. There are several selfies of him on it. He's as vain as it is evil. Let's analyze it at the field office, see if we can use it to figure out where he might be hiding. Nice. Cool. We're going to analyze this stuff. I'll see you guys soon. This has been Pitching Ace Idiot. Au revoir. Alright folks, Pitching Ace Idiot, we are back. Let's finish some of this stuff off. Hey, good work, Agent. I had the local team take a closer look at the basket, and they found a set of pruning shears buried underneath the pile of leaves at the bottom. A fingerprint off the pruning shears. Let's run against the database to find out who it belongs to. They could have valuable information on the whereabouts of the missing teens. So, let's see. Agent, I ran the fingerprint that you found on the gun recovered from Tucker's winery. The print wasn't a match to Marcus Tucker. The fingerprint did match one we found on the gas canister used to blow up Agent Torres' hospital room. Whoever killed Agent Torres was at the winery. Interesting. Some of the local techs were able to use the phone to access Tucker's personal email server. He pinged it repeatedly in the last hour. You trace the IP address he used to access his email, and it's coming from a remote cabin in the Sierras. I've had the U.S. Marshals dispatched to that location. Once they get a hold of him, the Marshals are bringing him here for interrogation. Somebody's in trouble. It wasn't even up there long enough for me to be able to figure out where it was. I'm just not the best at this. There we go. That print you lifted from the pruning shears is a match to Allison Graves, the teen who went missing a week after visiting the Yabra offices on a school trip. Well, this proves that the missing teens were recently held at the winery. We should be able to use this as leverage to learn their current whereabouts. Hopefully this is where the teens are being held, and they'll all still be alive by the time the agents make it there. I hope so. Agent, with all due respect to ARAM, I've had my own computer specialist cross-reference missing teens with Yabra accounts. In the last 5 years, almost 300 teens have gone missing. Tucker is our best bet to get them back. You have to get him to crack and give up his whole network. If he stonewalls us, those teens are gone forever. You need him to confess to being the talent agent and to expose everyone who worked for him. Alright. Let's see what I can do. What's over, Marcus? We know you're the talent agent. Confess now and help us recover the teens you sold, and you may avoid spending the rest of your life in prison. All you have is the confession of a delusional girl. I bet she's the real talent agent. You have nothing to link me to this awful crime ring. We found your cell phone at the winery, as well as evidence indicating that up until recently, kidnapped teens were being held there. How do you explain that? My cell phone was there because I'm part owner of the winery. I go there every week. I know every inch of the property. I had no idea it was used to hide trafficking people. It's this one. We know every inch of this property, but you had no idea that 11 teens were being held captive there? Teens who were targeted through Yabra? Yabra was my dream, but Silicon Valley didn't believe in me. They said the marketplace was too crowded, so I had to raise my own funding. I started recruiting kids to the first version of Yabra and funneling the money back into it. Soon enough, on paper, it was doing better than ever. A few years into my operation, I met Fiona. At first, I was just planning on moving her like the others, but she was special. She actually came up with Bahir, and our operations were even more secure. Until somehow the FBI got tipped off. Well, the only way you're going to get a deal is if you tell us where the kidnapped teens are being held, and help us find every other victim you sold into slavery. We need all your records. The teens were moved to a nearby warehouse. I'll take you there. And as for the records, they're on a server in my office. I'll give you access, provided you work with my lawyers on something. Only worried about yourself until the end, aren't you, Mr. Marcus? I'm sure you can work out a deal, provided the teens you sold aren't brought home safely, or are brought home safely. What a scumbag. Great news, the 11 missing teens were safely recovered from the warehouse Tucker showed us. They're all shaken, but physically unharmed. We've already started contacting their families. Tucker is working with Agram to track down the teens who are already sold. With any luck, we'll find them quickly and get them home safely. But there's one other thing we need to deal with. The gun we found was used by the same person who killed Agent Torres. If Marcus and Fiona were working with this person, then there's a chance that they could tell us something that will help us identify who's responsible for her death. For sure. Fiona, we managed to find the 11 missing teens. They were all alive and unharmed. Thank you for your help. Of course. I hope it helps my case. We found something else at the winery that we wanted you to take a look at. Agent, show her. Oh my goodness, that gun. You've seen this before? Yeah, it belonged to somebody that came to see Marcus once in a while. He was always waving it around. Gave me the creeps. What else can you tell us about him? Marcus was always very private about his dealings with him. He would only tell me that he was helping him move some high-valuable chemicals into the country. He was so weird. There was something about him that sent a chill up my spine. I never got too close to him, but there was something wrong with his face. He looked burned. Do you remember his name? Marcus never told me, but I overheard him call the man something once. I think he called him the Wraith. So we know who the Wraith is, and we know he's got a burn marks on his face. Nice. And we've already gotten all the stars. It's going to wrap up case number 11. 87, wow. Scum like the Talon agent must be rooted out completely. If you know of any of his associates, I can have our resources devoted to tracking them down. So you've proved that it's the Wraith who's responsible for the death of Agent Torres. Nice work. I'm curious as to what chemicals the Talon agent was helping him move. The Wraith has already tried to kill you and Mr. Reddington several times. It's time we repay the favor. Agent, I will devote our entire network to hunting the Wraith. Thank you. That's helpful. So let's unlock the next case now. Next case, I don't believe is out yet. They're still working on it. So I'll see you guys in case number 12. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.